Okay, let's get back to the markets and everything else in between. Well, this is what the rest of the business week looks like on our calendar. Today, the Securities and Exchange Commission Director General Munir Guazo with three gentlemen who are the chairman of three law review committees will be meeting with the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, later in the afternoon to present the draft of the new capital market laws that are being sent to the National Assembly for consideration. First, the Investment and Securities Act. That committee was headed by Anthony Idibe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The review of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, that's KAMA. That's under the second law review. And of course, the review of the Pension Reform Act. That's the third one. So the three documents will be presented. The team from the SEC will be meeting with the leadership of the Senate this afternoon. And of course, we're already about 10:15 in the morning already. The oil and gas roundtable by PwC on the PIGB, or the governance bill for the industry, has already been considered by a panel of analysts considering the key changes and critical issues there. Also today here in Lagos, the Gas Business Forum is taking place. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the business week, a very busy one, with the Nigerian Stock Exchange Economic Roundtable, CEO's Roundtable, in partnership with Bloomberg. Let's review the market, starting with the bulls on the market. Yesterday, the bulls on Custom Street chased the weak bears away. 1.38% was the comeback from for the market from the bull side. On the all-share index, the market cap also races ahead, almost 135 billion naira we added to the market value at 11.618 trillion naira. In terms of volume, we're significantly higher, about 315 million shares than we traded on Tuesday. So it was a very strong comeback midweek for the local stock market value, 6.29 billion naira in 7,357 deals. All the sectors, key sectors, were in the green, led by the banks. All the major banks we talked about yesterday that are doing Eurobonds on the market gained: FBNH, Zenith, UBA, EcoBank, Transnational, and Access. Yes, that's the last one. Then you find the consumer and industrial goods also in the green, average 1%. Oil and gas came back 1.28%. The unlisted securities market was also green, 1.28%. That's a major jump in the current week. 620.28 for the index reading. And the market cap, they're heading towards 420, 30,000 transactions on Wednesday. Push it up. Let's talk about treasury bills and Naira paper at the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. We're keeping those figures around Tuesday level in terms of most active. That's the treasury bills maturing 22nd of June 2017. That will be in the next couple of days. 353 deals for 88.5 billion. That's the most aggressive secondary trading. Look at the total for treasury bills, 259.85 billion naira. So there was a major comeback for the fixed income, for the stock market, for the unlisted securities. What about the currencies? Let's see the naira. The naira was largely unchanged, 305.70 on the dollar at the interbank spot markets. And of course, the naira was soft on the pound and the euro, all in the red, largely unchanged on the street. If you flip that and accept a very almost 1% gain on the euro, but the naira made a major gain on the dollar, 1.49% to 367.17 against the dollar at the investors and exporters window. Of course, the central bank this week sold nearly 815 million US dollars into the market. You're not surprised. And of course, you can see the knock-on effect on the equity side of things. So let's talk about commodities. Ada Economy is one of the economists and research analysts at Financial Derivatives Company. Good morning.
Good morning.
And now we can have that handshake that I spoke about on Tuesday, because I said if the inflation forecast was in line with your forecast, you and the rest of your team, you get a handshake. Now you got it. Okay, but food inflation are up 1.88%. That's the nasty side of this entire data, because you push it out in your report 2 days ago that food inflation, there is no correlation between all the statistics we talk about here every day we push out and what the man on the street sees as what you call price realities affecting his pocket.
Yes. Well, look, Brosen, it's very important to know that inflation measures the year-on-year change in food prices. So this is compared to what it was last year. But then what's important, we have to understand the month-on-month changes as well. So if you look at what is important to look at is the, the index, the CPI.
The month-on-month.
Yes, the month-on-month.
That's the one that is closer to the man on the street.
Exactly, which is, which reflects more of market realities. If you look at the food stop index, the increase, and if you look at, other indices, just underneath, you can see that there's an increase, and that is, what is actually going on right now.
Very terrible. Very, very fair. Very, very terrible. And folks are a little bit upset on the street. Looking at the price of agric, average price of 1 dozen of eggs, 1 kilogram of tomato, average price of rice, and average price of yam. These are 4 items that are on my breakfast, dinner, or sometimes lunch.
There's a lot more to that list. So if you go to
this list?
Yes, most food prices are increasing all across board.
Okay, look at it there. I'm seeing palm oil. And if you talk to the folks who are fasting at the moment, they say price of palm oil had gone up. And that's very surprising. Tomato has also gone up, and almost everything else.
Yeah, well, this is the rainy season, so this is planting season. So we expect to see harvest in some months, going forward. But typically, and if seasonalities are mainly the reasons why we're seeing an increase in the price of food items. The Ramadan fasting as well, that sort of contributes to why we're seeing, because most after they break the fast, they go and they purchase in bulk. So we have a bit of scarcity for for others, and the insurgency or the unrest in the north. We know that the north is one of the major planting hubs in the country.
Yeah, yes, so, one of the baskets, food baskets.
Yeah, one of the food baskets. So yes, it is really it is really a concern that most food prices are going up. But hopefully, prices come down again.
This is very